Alright, what's good YouTube? It's Jojo ASMR and welcome back to another video on the channel. So on the last video we did an extensive deep dive analysis into the Ritual Beast deck, showing some of the lines and talking about some FAQ. I want to thank you all so much for the incredible support you showed on that video, tons of likes and comments, so it really made making that video worth it. But one of the most frequently asked questions I had and comments that I had on that video were people actually asking for me to show off the deck in a practical setting and show off me actually playing the deck in real time. It's one thing to spend the hours rote learning this deck and learning all the combos, which in and in itself is such a undertaking, but to then actually put it to the test and play it in a real game is something else, because you're gonna have to start dealing with hand traps, external forces, pressure, time, and all of that stuff. So I hope that this video is informative and educational and helpful to maybe give you some of an insight how I play the deck in real time. We have 5 different replays to go through today, all versus different decks and all versus meta. Some games I win and lose the die roll, and there's some great little nuggets of technical play which I am super excited to share with you. So I hope you find this video educational, and if you do, consider giving it a like. For context, this is like some of my replays. I think I've played like 15 games over the past maybe 2 days, and I've won, I'd say 13 out of 15, so definitely like a topping record if you were to ever play at one of these events. So yeah, I'm also playing on an alt, by the way. Don't worry, I know the rating is low on this account, but this is my actual account. Don't worry, I'm not a complete noob. I'm 1k rating, but sometimes I like to hop on like an alt just to farm a bit. So yeah, let's get into it. We have 5 different matches, all versus different decks. The first one is going to be versus Tempai. This is a really interesting match because there's a really nice little technical play that I managed to do, which I think is worth showing. So let's get into it. First of all, I lose the die roll, but opponent makes me go first, so instantly I know this is Tempai Dragon. Opponent draws Ash Blossom plus Prosperity, Harpies, and Chandra. And we have a hand which dies to 1 Ash Blossom. Now, opponent for some reason doesn't Ash this, which I understand. I think from what I remember, they actually hold the Ash for the Nemesis, for the Flame Banshee, because realistically, the only card they're super worried about is Protos hitting the board. So they actually end up holding this Ash Blossom all the way for the Banshee. So I just start playing normally. I have SPTL plus Canahawk, which, if you know or know this combo, essentially you are speccing 2 copies of SPTL in the combo. You're searching Pilika, you're searching Elder and Pengu, and then you're searching Steeds at the end. So I just perform that combo that I showed in the video. I start playing through here. I spec back 2 SPTLs, and we just play normally from here. Pretty normal stuff here. Summon Elder, summon Pengu, dump Winder. Go ahead and contact views into another Canahawk here, spec back Pengu and Elder. Go ahead and search Pilika here, and just pretty standard stuff from here. I go, basically the reason I dumped this Raritory here, and it actually comes back to really bite me, is because I need extra fodder for my Nemesis monsters. So I go ahead and make Kimon Falco, use the effect to NS the Pilika by banishing Winder, because I haven't spec'd that yet. Pilika brings back Canahawk, Canahawk banishes Apelia for the final beast. I loop Canahawk to search another SPTL for follow-up, and then from here I go for the Banshee, and he ashes it. Now this is a huge issue because I can no longer put back my Raritory with my Nemesis flag. That is one of the dangerous things about SPTL plus Canna, those combos, is like you get a little bit exposed if you're not able to put this back, and I only play 1 Raritory. So I have to play the rest of this game now without a Link 4, which is a bit tricky. So at this point I have to now pivot. I go like tag up my Notchi to summon back Apelio, banish another card, the Guy Apelio for free, and then I link these into an IP Masquerade. So the Ash Blossom actually traded pretty well, and now this board looks a lot more manageable for Tempai, especially because they have Harpies, and they're about to just completely destroy my Steeds and my Eclipse. Opponent draws Hydra for turn, so already this is starting to look a lot less favorable for me. They start with Duster. Now I choose to protect my copy of Inheritance by banishing SPTL from my graveyard to spec another monster, so my IP has food, because I kind of ideally wanted to keep this Banshee on the board for next turn for flag to maybe return these resources, but it comes to the point where I have no choice. So I protect my Inheritance, banish SPTL, which gets ashed. When I try to E-Telly, he normals Hydra. Hydra searches Field Spell here. Opponent then activates Field Spell, which on activation I'm going to try to banish with Little Knight. Now here I have to link off my Banshee because I want to keep my Kimon Falco on the board, and I'll tell you why in a sec. So I summon SP, SP banishes the field spell, now opponent special summons Chandra, but on effect declaration I chain Little Knight targeting the Hydra and SP, because if he goes battle phase now I just lose the game pretty much on the spot. So we banish those, and now here, this is where the cool little play comes in. He goes Prosperity for 6. If he hits the quick play spell, or like, it's literally just quick play spell here actually, then I lose. But luckily he did not. He adds field spell. So now we have a room to do a cute little play. So notice how the opponent has only Sangen summoning in hand. So it's not going to be able to search anything because he has to discard. So that's great. So effectively all this Sangen summoning is doing is protecting this Chandra, and he's banking on this so that he can go for game with this on the board. However, what we're going to be able to do here is on resolution, before the field spell hits the board, we can go Kimon Falco effect to tag out into 2 Rit Beasts, and then use the secret ability of Ritual Beast Inheritance to change the battle position of the Chandra to defense, effectively stopping the entire OTK, and we win. So just those little plays here and there are really important. Knowing and understanding all of your cards are good. I think Inheritance is a very underutilized card and actually goes so hard into the Tempai matchup. Here opponent is going to make us go first again. Our hand is like pretty decent. It's going to be 2 bricks, but it's going to be like Elder plus Inheritance call by, and opponent has just Ash again with Snatch Steal Mind Control. So 3 non-engine, but it's not going to do anything. So we're going to go Inheritance to search. We search Canahawk, and we pitch here Apelio to get it out of our hand. Now we're just going to do the normal play. We're going to banish Lara here. I choose not to banish Rampingu and play around Nibiru because I think, like, I don't think he's playing it. So I just do the same line. We're going to spec 2 copies. Here I search SBTL because I already have Wen, so it's just fine to grab that as an extender. Make Kimon Falco, banish, go chain 1, chain 2, spec back the Pengu, 7 window of SBTL. Then we're going to just do normal plays from here, make Notchi, load our grave, banish pile with 2 SBTL because we're going to loop Canahawk twice by specking them both simultaneously. Opponent ashes the Banshee, but we have called by. We recur a resource, use the effect to search Protoss, and our opponent here is just beat because we're just going to make the Raratory, add back Apelio in this case, loop Canahawk to summon 2. And the opponent can't really do anything even with all their board breakers. That's why this deck is so crazy, because it can beat... Like, if I was playing Snake Eye and I queued into this, I'm dead. Like, but that's the thing with the Ritual Beast deck. So here, we're just able to loop Canahawk, tag out, search Inheritance. And our end board's going to be so strong here. We're going to FTK the Fires. And here we can just make an Ulti-Guy Apelio with a Notchi Drago with 2 Negates and a Steeds. So, basically... his Mindcon and Snatch Steals can only target this, and if he targets this we can negate it, but he can't target Guy Apelio. Then we can tag it out to summon out the Link 4 to banish our Inheritance and another card, and this board is like 8 interruptions, and it plays around board breakers. So that's our first match versus Tempai, the highlight being Inheritance goes hard, and remember to use that second effect. Next match we have here is versus Voiceless Voice. So in this, I actually win the die roll, which is helpful. So I elect to go first. Opponent's playing 44 cards. Their hand is 3 non-engine, but we have D-Shifter, which is one of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards of all time. We're going to Prosperity, Chain, add back the Pingu. Then we're going to go Inheritance. Then we're going to just do... Oh, here I for some reason, I think my thought process is like, if this gets hand trapped, I can SBTL summon Elder. This is weird sequencing. I don't know if I really agree with it, but even if he has Impem of Ayla, or more, sorry, Impem, so he's under Shifter, I have Eclipse. So it's like, I think it was fine, because I think, like, I'm playing around Nibiru a little bit, because I can't play around Nib in general if I have a Shifter. So, like, in the case he has Nib, then, like, I can keep these in hand for next turn, is sort of my thought process, I think. But, like, Book of Eclipse Shifter is going to beat, like, almost all the hand traps. So now I'm just doing 1-card Canahawk combo. He thinks he can Ghost Ogre this for some reason, which he can't. So this is like the 1-card Canahawk combo. We're going to banish Canahawk, make him on Falco, banish Lara, NS Wen, bring back Canahawk, banish Winda, I think, here. And we're going to loop Canahawk. By the way, remember with D-Shifter lines, you don't need to tag out your Canahawk. You just want to load cards in the graveyard because you're going to need them for Notchi Summon and for Protoss. Now I tag out Canahawk after, make Notchi, make the Link 4, keep the level 4 on the board to add back Canna, NS Elder, NS Canna, Canna banish Apelio, loop Canahawk. But before I do, oh, I didn't even use it. Okay, search the Pilica in this case for follow-up, get flag, return Pelio. In this version of the deck, I am playing Corridor just for fun. I'm just testing it out as well, and it's been alright. You can definitely play it if you want, but committing the extra deck resource, I don't know if that's worth. I just sort of make a board like this, which was fine, but the opponent can't play, he's under Colossus. And he concedes. Going into game 2 here, opponent goes first. I draw Book of Eclipse and just Engine, and he sets one and passes. Oh, you're gonna hate to see it. So in this scenario, when I'm going into this, like, I assume I'm playing against an amount of hand traps here. So we have a good amount of pushing power. We have Starter Extender, we have Eclipse to dodge Veilers and Imperms, we have E-Telly as well if they have even more. Start by or Normal Summon Elder, Normal Summon Lara. Maybe there's an argument I could have, like, gone Effect to discard for sure, but it's realistically, I thought it was fine. Lara's gonna spec out Pengu. If you draw Elder Lara, it's like specifically Pengu because it's the only one that can banish, get like a third card for Canahawk to loop in the banish pile. So here I just go effect, banish Canahawk, Foolish Canahawk, effect Chain, opponent. Then I search Lara because I'm gonna reborn it back off Lara. Opponent drops Droll, which isn't going to do anything in this case, so they're already so far behind. We're going to bring back Canahawk, banish. Oh, I was supposed to banish that. My bad. Then I contact Fuse into Notchi. There's probably like a line to go for game here. I probably messed something up at this point, but I thought it was like still fine realistically. Here I can just go Link 4, add back Steeds to sort of play around Droll. So keep in mind you have some ways to play around Steeds. And then here I just go for Ulti Guy Pelio with 2 sets and a negate. And opponent concedes. So on to the next replay we have versus Yubel. I actually don't even think this is a match. But I just wanted to show this anyway, this match. This pretty much like sums up the vibes of playing this deck against people in a nutshell. So we lose a die roll, we draw custom, opponent draws pretty good, and we draw D-Shifter. He says good luck, and then admits defeat. Going into game 2, they go first. One sec, I activate Dimension Shift, and they can see that's a match. I just wanted to show that. Anyways, on to the next replay. Here is another match that I have versus Spright. This one, I end up winning the die roll, but the opponent draws Imperm and Nibiru, and we're still going to be able to put up some interruptions here. So we're going to start off here by going Inheritance to search here. In this case, my hand's a bit weak. I don't have Elder or Canal or Pengu. So I need an Inheritance here for Elder, and I'm going to discard the Dark Ruler. We're going to NS and NS. Summon Canalhawk, use the effect to search. Imperm in general, I don't know if I agree with there. So we're going to chain tag out, use E-Telly to summon SBTL, and opponent is going to nib us really early. So we got Impermed and nibbed, and we're still going to FTK him. So here we're going to contact Fuse into Notchi, use the effect of SBTL to summon Canalhawk. Canalhawk's going to banish Winder. Now we can tag out our Notchi for Winder and now go for the Nemesis line. So even through Imperm Nib, like if your opponent isn't super switched on and knows what on earth is going on, like they're going to get punished. So we make Link Spider, summon SP, then we can go SP banish the Nib, summon Protoss by banishing the Banshee, which is going to summon itself back. Now we can add back the Link 4. The Link 4 is going to add back follow-up, and we can NS the SBTL. Now we go effect Calling Dark, and I set the I still normal summon the SBTL because the Link 4 can banish it and get value on resolution. So even through Imperm Nib, we're still going to FTK them. Game 2, we go second. Our hand, like, it's good, but opponent shows D-Barrier, which D-Barrier is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. And then we get in some ruling dispute why I put the keep going. So I end up losing this game because it's literally because there's a card called D-Barrier. So we end up going next because I got D-Barriered. For this game, we go ahead and go first. Opponent has Imperm, Evenly, and Ghost Ogre with blue starter, and he's still going to get FTK'd. We're going to NS. This sounds a bit interesting because like I still have these as extenders should I get Impermed or hand trapped here. So I decided to just start off with like Elder Brick line. We search Canahawk, make Notchi, which now he can't really Imperm anything important. So at this point I go discard to summon. Now maybe there's a world I'm supposed to like tag these out first. I think the reason I did this was because I want to hold my Nochi Drago in case he has Nibiru, and I want to hold my Spiritual Beast Tamelara in case he has Nib. But I think I just really wanted to hold my Nochi Drago in case he had Nibiru, so I go like this. Now I search. My opponent for some reason tries to shark me, thinking that I'm not chaining Counterhawk for some reason. We search when, use the effect of Counterhawk to banish. For some reason they try to Ghost Ogre it, and we chain SPTL in the grave. So, like at this point it's just over. We summon when, summon back Pengu, Pengu dump Apelio. We go ahead and make our Nochi now finally. Make Counterhawk, loop Counterhawk, spec back, return, search Steeds, and now we can FTK the Darks with our Nemesis line. Search Flag. I'm maybe even sure in this combo I go for Corridor. No, I did go for Protoss. Never mind. So we go for Protoss, make the Link 4. Link 4 adds back a Tamer to NS. Then we can... oops. Yeah, we go NS the Tamer, bring back Window because we haven't spec that yet. Make ulti Apelio, spec Protoss, call the Darks, and he's dead. So there you have it. Alright, so for this final replay, we have versus the Ritual Beast Mirror match, which is just putrid. Versing this guy. He has 1.3k rating, pretty high. We lose the die roll, and I have no non-engine, and I'm queuing into Ritual Beast. So I just save time, and I just scoop. Just to save time here. But realistically, maybe there's a chance I can win that game because like they have to blind Protoss call Wind, which is really easy to do. So I just scoop, I concede. Here he has just Dark Ruler, which is not gonna do anything because we're just gonna FTK the Winds. So I go ahead and start sculpting my hand out here to search Elder Pengu, as that can like play really well into hand traps. So NSNS, dump SBTL, make Counterhawk, loop Counterhawk, search Lara, Pengu dump Counterhawk, make the Link 2, banish, normal summon. Then I just make a normal board here pretty much. And the goal being that I want to FTK the Winds, which you can do with this deck. We can add Protoss here. Make the Link 4, add back Counterhawk, normal Counterhawk, Counterhawk, banish when. Loop Counterhawk, spec back 2 SPTLs. Go for IP, spec Protoss. And then we can FTK the Winds and then banish SBTL to protect it instead. And then the opponent they can't do anything. They're just going to go for a Banshee play, and then that's not going to do anything, so I just say all good. We're going to go SBTL, normal summon, like, again, none of this actually does anything because they're Protoss locked. So they're going to go, like, summon a Banshee, and it just gets popped, and then they can't play. For game 3, I'm going to show you a cool little line to OTK under draw. So all I have is just Ash, which, as you know, like, shouldn't get me there, but the opponent has opened just a Counterhawk. So, like, Ash on this just ends his turn. At this point now, I need to like try to make a board. I do the E-Telly Pengu line where you summon a Pilica. I go ahead and spec out when. Then I loop Counterhawk, use the effect, chain Counterhawk, and here I want to basically search out Lara, because I already have old Lara, because I'm going to Foolish Burial Counterhawk and then reborn it with this, but I already drew it, so I can just search this for follow-up. Opponent drops Droll. So now I want to try and end the game on the spot here. So I'll show you some cool lines. It's also a reason I added this is because for a possible Zealantis line. So I link these off into Kimon Falco. Use the effect to banish to normal summon Old Lara. Old Lara bring back Counterhawk. Counterhawk banish Apelio here. Loop Counterhawk. I can't search obviously. Now I make the link 4. So here is where a sick line comes in. So I need to end the game on the spot here. So what I do is I go Apelio, banish Old Lara, Link 4, add back the Old Lara. Now I can link off my Link 4 into Zealantis. And this is why I play Zealantis, because it just goes hard. Now I can go effect of Old Lara to new Lara to discard it to NS Old Lara. Old Lara can now reborn Raratori and its co-link too. And now I can contact fuse these, and all of my Ritual Beast monsters gain 500 attack already off of Apelio. So we make the Apelio, pop it, and that's game. So just like little plays on the fly like this, going for game under draw is actually quite possible and doable sometimes. Also quite unlucky, the opponent drew literally 3 1-offs, but sometimes that's just Yu-Gi-Oh! What can you do? Alright, we have another replay here. I've lost the die roll and I'm going second. We're versing this guy who has about 800 rating. I'm versing Lab, which is pretty interesting. And they're playing a cool version of Lab 2 with the Ariane, the Labrynth 7th one. So they're basically going to get to do full combo here. Pitch, rollback, search Ariana, spec Butler. And like they're going to pop off here. Full combo. And this is hard as well. I think I pretty much just concede the game because it's like this is FTK what they have here. And I don't really want to reveal what I'm playing in this case. Now I get to go first. I'm going to draw Feather Duster, Ash Shifter plus Flag. Opponent's going to have still some plays for sure. They're going to chain Ash Blossom, so I have to pass here on my Rampengu, which is a bit rough, but it's all good. They're going to just set, and now we have Duster. They have Rollback though. So we try to go for a Nochi Drago line here with just one card Pengu. Summon out Cannahawk effect, banish, tag out, summon out, and now we're just doing Cannahawk lines, spec out the Pengu and the Lara. And here we're going to search Steeds, because I already have Wen here. So now we can go, oh sorry, I was supposed to search Pilica. Yeah, I needed to search a Reborn for the Link 2. So I summon out Pilica to Reborn a Pelio. I go ahead and make the Link 4 to add back Cannahawk. Now I can NS Cannahawk. Cannahawk is going to banish Winder. Now I can actually normal summon, because I haven't actually normal summoned. So Wen's going to summon back Winder. Spec the Flag to search out here Protos, so we can FTK the Darks. And now I'm just pretty much going for game here. Backjack is going to try to trigger, and they hit nothing because they're under Protos anyway. So any sort of welcome or big welcome is not going to do anything. Hand here is just Imperm with it's pretty decent. But opponent in this case has drawn 2 bricks. 2 one-offs, both the Escape and the Lady. So like they're going to try, but realistically their board's not going to be able to do that much. They're going to E-Telly out Big Lady. I chain the E-Telly to the big welcome so the Lady can't jump out another trap card. Just important to know versus Lab. They're going to pop my Wen and draw a card here. Add back some furnitures, and like it's realistically not going to do anything. I'm just going to search out here Inheritance to now go for Elder Pengu, I think. Because I have SBTL here to discard as well, so I can pitch the pot for free on an SNS. And now we just go to town, and he has pretty much nothing because we spec'd out Wen from E-Telly, my bad. And now we just do the classic Elder Pengu combo and summon back this. I play around Nibiru as well, just in case he has something, because like in this line, I get to FTK the Darks anyway and play around Nibiru. It's just free. Tag out Kim and Falco, summon these, banish Winder. I mean Steeds, because you're supposed to add this back with the Link 4. And this is just the classic anti-Nibiru line if you open like Pengu plus Elder. So now I just banish the big welcome just in case. I don't need to kill him because he's already FTK'd anyway. Someone Proto set back the Steeds, FTK the Darks here, all of them die. He chains, gets another trap. And he can't do anything. I have 2 negates and he's just dead. So there you go. That's those are some replays. Hopefully I found you found this helpful. In general, the deck feels super duper strong, especially if your opponent doesn't know exactly what's going on. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.